Welcome to Let's Talk Investing, a co-production of the Globe and Mail and the Investor Education Fund. I'm Rob Carrick, personal finance columnist at the Globe and Mail. And with me is Garth Turner. Garth is a one-time federal MP. He's a financial journalist, and he is the author recently of Greater Fool, the Troubled Story of Canadian Real Estate. Today we're going to talk about the collapse that Garth sees in the real estate market. Garth, we're cruising along right now. We're partying like it's the best market ever. And in fact, we're pretty much back to activity levels that the real estate market showed before the big financial crash. What's going to bring it all down? Lay out the steps for us.
Okay, there are a number of things that are going to happen. The first thing you'll see is a rise in interest rates. It doesn't take the Bank of Canada to jack up its overnight rate to do that. It's the bond market that does it.
Because that's what mortgages are priced off of.
Well, exactly. And now we're seeing pressure in the bond market. You can't have a government, a federal government borrowing $60 billion a year, feds alone, without having pressure in the bond market. So the bond yields are going to go up. Interest rates on mortgages will go up. That will hurt affordability and start to put a little bit of a cold bath in the marketplace. Then you've got the HST coming in Ontario and British Columbia, the two hottest markets in the country. Harmonized sales tax, July 1st, 2010. That definitely is going to have an impact.
So we're going to see a lot of activity to get in advance of that, and then what happens after that? Sales fall off a cliff?
Yeah, sales start to, first they bubble, they even bubble even higher, okay? Before the HST, as interest rates start to go up, people think, oh my God, I've got to get in now. So you're going to see people who get in at the top of the market, the real froth. And after the froth, we have a real drop in sales. And I think that could last some period of time. At the same time, we're going to have higher interest rates, we're going to have higher taxes. So all of that lays ahead of us over the next 2 or 3 years.
How bad is it going to be?
It has the potential to be as bad as it was in the United States, with some key qualifications.
Okay. Those would be what?
Well, I think that we haven't had the level of securitization of mortgages that they've had in the U.S. In other words, selling them as products in the secondary market.
Right.
So I don't think we'll have the same impact on our financial institutions. Secondly, you've got CMHC in there, like a dirty old mom, okay, like a helicopter parent over this market. Backstopping everything.
Okay.
Exactly. So you've got some financial system safeguards.
So the mortgage, the real estate problem here won't crush our financial system like it did in the States, but it's going to be bad for house values.
Yeah.
Give me an idea how much values could go down.
Well, I certainly am anticipating the average national house price will be at least 15% lower after this starts to happen. In key markets like in Toronto, where it takes 5.7 times income rate now to buy a home, which is higher than it ever was in the U.S., at least 20%. In Vancouver, forget it, okay? They've got 7 to 10 times income. You could see a 40% drop in that market, which would be quite devastating.
A 40% drop is stunning.
It is.
So what if you buy now? What should you be thinking about?
You should pray a lot. Okay. You are buying an asset at absolutely the top end of the market. There is no doubt about it. We are at the top of the curve. I don't know if it's today, next week, or the spring, but at some point here, we're at the top of the curve.
How long till we pull out of this?
We may not pull out of this for a generation. It is that profoundly overvalued. So, get used to being poor if you just bought a house.
Because in 1990, the Toronto market crashed, got annihilated. Took 10 years, and then all of a sudden, the cash register started ka-chinging again.
Yeah, well, it could take a generation, which is roughly 10, 15 years. It's quite conceivable.
Thanks, Garth.